I thought I would try Veganuary just to see if I am able to do it and what changes I would notice. Even though it was just for 1 month, I noticed changes after the first week. The biggest thing that I noticed is that I didn't get ill. I have a very weak immune system, and within the month of January, I remember I had loads of family members that were ill, colleagues, customers. I'm a beauty therapist. I work very close with next to people. If my customer is ill, I catch it just like that. Weirdly enough, I didn't catch a cold in January, even though I had so many ill people around me. The next one is a little bit too much information, but I still want to mention it just in case you struggle with this. I went to the toilet, to the laboratory, more often than I usually do. Another thing that I noticed, I never felt bloated after I finished eating. I bloat so much, I get so uncomfortable I have to undo my trousers, the button and the zip. It's very embarrassing when I have to do that at a restaurant, but I noticed within the month of Veganuary, I didn't have to undo my trousers in a restaurant after I've eaten food. Another thing I experienced within the month of Veganuary, just after a week of being vegan, I had so many spots. My skin has never ever looked that bad before in my life. I have polycystic ovary syndrome, so I do get hormonal acne, but when I do, it's normally on my chin area. After being vegan for a week, I broke out a lot on the cheek areas, so I have a feeling that my body was just doing a detox. Another thing I noticed within the first week is I was so tired. Now, I'm normally tired anyway, but I was so tired that I couldn't even get up for my alarm to go to work. That was just the first week. After that, I was back to normal. Week 3, my skin started to get a bit better, so that's when my skin started to calm down. And then week 4, I was pretty much just normal. Everything was fine. Everything was going well. I now want to tell you about what I personally struggled with. In terms of making a meal vegan, I didn't struggle a lot because my boyfriend is vegan. He's been vegan for around 3 years now. I'm used to turning a meal into a vegan meal. I didn't struggle with meat at all. I didn't crave meat. It was dairy that I struggled with. I tried out a few different vegan cheeses and I didn't like a lot of them, but there were 2 that I liked and I just stuck to those. One was the Violife, the original block of cheese, and the other one that I liked is the Asda one. That was the garlic and chive one. When I first tried vegan cheese, it smelled and tasted like someone's foot. It tastes like feet! Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but I got used to it very quickly. Another thing that I struggled with, I craved chocolate a lot. Dark chocolate wasn't doing it for me. Vegan chocolate, it just wasn't the same. But the thing that saved my chocolate craving was the Outpro chocolate milk. That chocolate milk, in my opinion, it tastes better than any other chocolate milk I've tried. It's so nice. Another thing I struggled with is the first few days of Veganuary, I kind of forgot that I was being vegan. It was just that habit of getting the normal milk out of the fridge. When I get my lunch ready for work, I would always have a chocolate bar or like a snack. So I'll reach over, grab a chocolate bar and think, oh no, I can't have this. It was just getting rid of those little habits. Another thing I struggled with is when I go to a friend's house and they've cooked for me, they would use normal butter or cheese and I didn't want to be rude, so I would eat it. I didn't have any meat within Veganuary, but I did have a little bit of dairy here and there. Another thing that I struggled with, it wasn't really a struggle, but it was a bit annoying because I was the only vegan in the house. I had to buy 2 different types of milk, 2 different types of cheese, 2 different types of everything, butter. It was just even more expensive. Final thing that I struggled with, and this is the biggest struggle that I experienced, is how people react to when I tell them that I'm vegan for the month. Bearing in mind, I'm just doing it for a month and I felt like people were very negative about it. Where are you gonna get your protein from? Where are you gonna get your calcium from? What are you gonna eat? How are you gonna live? There were some questions that I couldn't answer. I wasn't prepared for those questions. Yeah, I didn't find it hard to be vegan. I found it hard dealing with people chatting in my ear. You're making it hard for me, mate. Just shh. You worry about what you're putting in your mouth. I will worry about what I'm putting in my mouth. I honestly didn't struggle with the food once I found what I really liked, and to be honest, I found certain things that even though I haven't carried on being vegan, I still have those things. I still have vegan chicken slices, bagels and chicken slices with a hazelnut cappuccino is my thing now. That's my breakfast every day now. My cappuccino is always with hazelnut or almond milk or oat milk, but I prefer hazelnut because I use a milk frother. For some reason, certain brands of almond milk, it doesn't froth up. Just to finish off, did I carry on being vegan? No, I didn't. Am I gonna plan on trying it again? Definitely yes. I'm gonna try it again, and I wanna do it for at least a year because I've got polycystic ovary syndrome. I wanna see how well it's gonna balance out my hormones. That was my experience. If you have any more questions about my personal experience, then you can ask me down below. But if you have any questions about veganism, I am not the person to ask. I will link a few of the vegan YouTubers that I watch. I'll link them down below, and you can definitely go and ask my boyfriend. I'll put his Instagram on the screen. I'll link his Instagram down below. He knows his stuff. If you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye.